Let us turn our focus now to health. And in the midst of the resurgence of the COVID-19 pandemic, Nigeria is battling yet another outbreak, this time of another contagious disease in many states of the country. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control, the NCDC, has now declared that the country has entered a cholera season as the number of deaths has hit 529 in 18 states. And this report by the NCDC on the cholera situation shows some of the states affected to include Kano with 123 deaths attributed. Sokoto has recorded 86 reportedly, Bauchi 42, Bayelsa 25, Plateau 21, amongst other 18 states. BKO, what are your thoughts on this?
No, it just underlines the need for us to move quickly. We should have gone past this stage.
Absolutely.
It's symptomatic of our underdevelopment, that this kind of ailment will be killing people. Will be killing people the way it's killing people. It shows that we are really vulnerable, and that's why some of us have been pleading that we should handle COVID-19, especially the Delta variant, better, because if we were to face a full-blown outbreak, we will not be able to handle the situation. We don't have enough hospitals, we don't have enough bed spaces. Our health system is in a very bad state. We are among the worst in the world. So we just have to move quickly. Our country is still one of the worst in the world when we are talking about open defecation. Ourselves, India, and a few other countries, we are in the ignoble class of countries where open defecation is still liberally practiced. So, and these are the things that cause cholera, for example, when you defecate in the open, and the vector touches the food that you are going to eat, naturally can lead to cholera. And what our health authorities need to do is go to these frontline states, these states that are badly hit by this cholera outbreak, and begin to nip the problem in the bud. And it's so easy to find out whether someone is suffering from cholera or not, because the symptoms are common: vomiting, leg cramps, restlessness, irritability, rapid heart rate, watery stool, and all that. Where this is discovered, there must be a kind of rapid response to the problem. You must quickly take care of the people concerned. 529 lives is a lot. We just happen to be in a country where death is so cheap that we hear of 500 and something lives lost to cholera, and it's no longer newspaper headline. How can it be newspaper headline when bandits kill 88 persons in Kebbi State in one day? In one day, just a few communities in the Zulu area, 88 persons killed. So 529. It moved from 325 to 529 within days. So
just one
how
condition.
many people are we going to lose to cholera before we take the right steps to nip this in the bud?
Absolutely.
It's shameful for people to read that cholera is still killing people, and killing people at such an alarming rate in our country, in this modern age.
But it also
shouldn't be happening.
To our attitude as a people. Of course, the government's role is key, but when you look at the nature of some of these diseases, for example, it could also be argued that people don't seem to have a choice. But how would you address the nature of people? Because budgets would be released, would be given out, and then an amount of money would be given to informing the public as to good behaviors or good culture to imbibe. But cholera, like BKO said, you see somebody defecating in public, knowing full well that, and this is the rainy season again. So how do you view the nature of we as a people?
You cannot take that nature away from the from what is available to the people. Let me put it that way. For example, where do you want people to do their thing if there are no public toilets?
No structures.
If there are no public toilets, you know that if you travel, for instance, you want to go from a place like Houston to Dallas, maybe a journey of probably 2.5 hours. You know how many restrooms you see along that road where you can actually settle down, take care of yourself.
Convenience.
You know, and but here you go to major markets. Do they have public toilets? How many major markets in Nigeria have that? Even I know that in Lagos some could have, but in the other parts of the country, how many of them do have? Where they are available, how many of them have running water? For example,
to wash hands. Indeed.
And water is water is very essential. How should we be talking about lack of water when this whole world is supposed to be 3/4 water? Why is it that in our own case we are still struggling with water? In Dubai, it doesn't rain. In fact, when it rains, they have to induce the rain with chemicals. Yet, you cannot go to Dubai and feel any sense of thirst. Water is everywhere, up to the point that they even have plants all over the place, green plants all over, the plants that they water every day with water. So what is the problem with Nigeria? I think we need to still take it back to our leaders. The people could have problems, but let's build these toilets.
Facilities.
Let's provide water, and let's see if people will not use water, for example, to wash their hands, or if they will not drink good water. If good water is available, maybe we will see people that will leave good water and go to the stream to drink where cows drink from. Or are we going to see people that will leave toilets
in their water, the same water they drink. The
same water they drink, or they will not leave toilets to go and defecate outside. You get it? So I think it's a combination of things. I think the authorities should solve their own problems first. Then we can now go back to talk to people to change their habits. But for now, it's a shame that water, a disease that is caused by poor water,
as basic as water
is and hygiene, yes, is killing people. It would have been understandable if it is just a disease that we don't even know the cause. You know, that it just happened, or
a disease that is just projecting itself for the first time.
Yes.
This is this has become a yearly issue.
Yeah.
For as long as I have been born.
Indeed.
Yes,
you can imagine.
Indeed,
that's
in our
where
schools, indeed,
you expect the NCDC to do a much better job. We are not saying people, why should people die? People will die. It's a fact of life that people will die. But to be losing as much as 529 and still counting, 529 to something, to an avoidable disease like cholera.
BK, I'll get back to you. Let's accommodate Agbenga from Abuja. Please join me in the conversation. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Benga from Abuja.
Good evening, Mr. Agbenga.
Yes, good evening, Mr. Lagide and the guest there. Issue of cholera in Abuja is really an issue. Abuja is one of the states where we have cholera outbreak. And what we observe is that for some time now, I don't know what happened, they refused to carry those beans to part of Abuja. And the environment is very dirty. See somebody frying akara, and you see a drainage flowing out, causing odor. You see somebody frying plantain, roasting corn, and you see heap of dusting here and there. So we see that personal hygiene is lacking. And we don't know what these our health officers, what they are doing these days. In those days, they call them wole wole.
Yes.
You hear the name alone.
Yes.
People run etasketa. They don't do that now. Many
sanitary
houses
inspectors
don't have toilets. Abuja suburb, many houses don't have toilets. People defecate everywhere.
Oh.
The open space. And this is rainy season. They wash those things from where those spaces, and the water flow into a canal from the canal to link another water. They go and fetch water there, or borehole very close to a canal. So you see, the government need to rise up to the occasion. And the issue of banditry or kidnapping in Abuja is very rampant. Kuje area, Buhari area, and Abaji area is very rampant there. And I'm surprised that government, this is the headquarters, should be the most secure place in the whole country. But to our surprise, no, it's not so. Even the issue of the header, by now, government should have established ranches all over Abuja to showcase their policy to that state. What ranches means, how they manage it, and the advantage of it.
All right, Mr. Benga, thank you very much for your contributions. We appreciate. Because it's still, part of what...
Yes, and just what we have been talking about, and it just added flesh to what that we have been saying. The dire situation of things in the federal capital. It's worrisome that Abuja could be among the states, the areas that are worst hit by this. Even Nasarawa, 17 deaths, Bauchi, 42, it's terrible. It's terrible.
All right. Well, BKO, we thank you so much for your contributions on the program. And Dr. DC Olavisi Deji Folutile, thank you so much for your robust analysis of all our topics up for discussion today. And thanks to everyone that joined in the conversation, all our callers, and included, not excluding our viewers. Of course, thanks for keeping us company on Journalists Hangout today. Don't forget to join us again tomorrow for another episode of the program. And don't forget to join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalists Hangout Sunday Special. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Kemi Folade, and more from all of us here. Thanks for watching. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.